Welcome back, Carter. It's Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout, coming to you live here on the interwebs. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is Jeff.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, buddy?
I am good. I am good overall. Been absent for a while. Feel bad about missing last Saturday, but I needed a mental health day, even though I've had a couple prior to that.
You need a mental health month.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I get it. It's just that time of the year. We both have a lot going on.
Absolutely.
With just life stuff. I don't think we haven't talked in quite some time.
I think you and I haven't actually talked. I mean, I think I texted once since 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been.
I just had so much stuff going on.
Well, and so I got wrapped up in doing that commission job for Gamelin.
Yep.
And lots of stuff going on at Gamelin Game right now. Just with product releases and some changes in personnel. And they're actually getting ready to move offices. You could probably relate to this. Growth of a corporation, of a company. You deal with this. You worked at GW, worked at Battlefront.
I moved Battlefront from Seattle to Delaware, and then from Delaware to Maryland.
Yeah. So Gamelin's just at that. Good morning, Joe. How are you? Gamelin's just at that stage in life where their office, when they first started, was kind of, I don't want to say a low rent area, but like an older building area. Like it wasn't like they rented something they could afford at the time, and it just kind of became the clubhouse / office space kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Small businesses run differently than corporate businesses. They have a pool table in the office space. Like they have arcade games and they have fun stuff like that to distract themselves. Well, they're in a growth phase now where they're moving on. They're going to grow a little bit as a company. So I'm getting dragged into that. We're going to be moving the office on December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're going to pack everything up because in the office for their particular company, they do a lot of parts replacement.
Right.
So they need I don't want to say like a warehouse. They don't need a warehouse, but they need a working space for kind of like a warehouse. And they want actual office because right now it's more of a storefront.
Right.
So it's like you got your storefront and then you have your storage in the back. Well, the storefront is their play area. That's where the pool table is. And they've got some big video games and cop chairs, tables, just random stuff like that. And then the back is their offices, like where their desks are and all the parts are. So they want to separate that. They want to have like adult offices, like grown-up offices where it's an actual office. So they're going to move, and I'm going to be helping them with that big move.
Always fun.
Yeah, you know how my mind works. It's just going to be real easy. If you don't need it, throw it in the trash, and let's pack everything up and go. I'm not particular. It's not. I have no sentimental attachment. That's why they might want me, because I have no sentimental attachment. But anyway, so we're gonna move the shop right after Thanksgiving, basically.
Cool.
So I'm taking some time. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time off from work, and you're gonna be taking some time off from work here pretty soon.
Yeah, the Battlefront always closes over the holidays. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna be going digital again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's still a problem. We need to figure it
out. Well, it's like it's hit and miss. Like sometimes we do the show and there's not a problem in the world, and other times it's every time I reboot, I'm doing the same thing all over again. I've got the Wi-Fi even turned off, though. That's what's weird about it is I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm direct link.
But that probably just comes down to available bandwidth for you.
I have, well, sure. Cox wants me to upgrade. Yeah, I get all the emails. Hey, upgrade to 2 gigs. And they probably throttle me. We get the same thing with our streaming. We get the buffering wheel of death. So, anyways, that's so I finished the commission. Michael was really happy with the paint job because I stepped up my painting. I just can't show the photos till the Kickstarter goes live, unfortunately.
I understand that.
Because I broke out airbrushing and broke out some new tools and techniques
Yeah, sweet.
with the new speed paints because I didn't have the speed paints for the last commission I did for them.
Right.
Being able to lay down the speed paints to get base colors down and then highlight up from the speed paints is something I really think speed paints and contrast paints work good for. Is getting down. That's like because it puts down such a thin coat. It's not like paint's kind of thicker.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked out. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited. Just I guess I'm going to Germany with them.
Yeah, you told me that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I went down, did the passport. I've never had a passport. You have, as you've traveled. You probably
I wish I would have renewed mine back in 2018. I didn't.
So I was going to ask, did you renew it or not? No. So I will. So next year it looks like I'll be doing Gen Con again, and then after Gen Con I'll be going to Essen's and hanging out with them at Essen's. But Essen's will be different. Obviously, it's in Germany. But I'm not like Gen Con. I go because I help set up the booth and maintain the booth, break the booth down. I'm not.
I should be one of the staff guys at Essen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn a little bit more about the games and the product lines, and kind of have a better way of explaining the games than. Now I'll be in Germany though, so most of it's going to be handled by German. I guess they're employees. They're like volunteers. Yeah, it is. Like some people just work the booth. You get paid, but you're doing it because you're a fan, and they do a lot more of the explanation because some people, believe it or not, in Germany don't speak English. Go figure. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, actually, I've had a different experience. Everyone I've ever met from Germany does speak English.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, actually, it's and quite frankly, they speak English very well.
Oh, good.
And those are the ones I've encountered, but you never really know until you get there. So.
Well, I'll draw the conclusion that I'm going to say some people may not have learned, just like it's just part of life. Yeah.
Oh well, now the thing, I met mine through Games Workshop, and they were working for an English company, so for a British company, so that's probably why English became important.
Yeah, we're going to be at a con, so I can.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, but it'll be different. It'll be, I've never been outside. Like I've been to Mexico. I don't know if that counts as going outside America. Like that's
it's like going to Canada. It's still another country.
Yeah, but you kind of just walk across the fence. Here, you got to fly across the pond. So
I didn't have to cross any fences. I just drove into Canada.
Yeah, maybe I should go to Canada. I see enough Canadian geese, and there's enough Canadian flags flying in Arizona right now because all the Canadians come down from Canada and spend the winter with us. Like there are certain communities in Surprise. You'll drive into like motorhomes, like a motorhome community,
right.
And you'll just see rows of Canadian flags. And it's just like, this is kind of cool.
Here we call those tornado bait.
Tornado bait.
If you live in the Midwest long enough, I don't live in the Midwest now, but I when I did, every time a tornado would touch down, literally would be a story about it hitting some trailer park or an RV park. It's like they know that none of those are attached to the ground, so they can throw them around freely.
It's like a magnet. There's got to be something about all the aluminum creating a vortex for the tornado to just go hit that area.
When I was in high school, the city of Xenia, Ohio, got hit by tornadoes at least 3 times to my memory, and every time the worst hit was a trailer park. It was like, so it's like that's what we call them, tornado bait.
Trailer bait. But that's all. Like, am I digital or am I good?
You're all right. You're running a little bit behind. You're a little fuzzy. You haven't stopped yet.
Right. Let me try rebooting one more time. The only thing I haven't cleared my my Wi-Fi. I haven't unplugged and restarted my router in a long time, so I wonder if maybe I got some buildup in that.
Well, if you wanna do that, I will do what I can to.
Oh, dude, that's gonna take like 30 minutes.
Oh, they never died. Don't do that.
I
Don't leave me.
yeah.
Don't leave me.
No, I'd be leaving you too.
I'm not.
Wait,
My mental acumen right now is not start sharp enough for me to actually be by myself.
all right.
I look like we have an audience of one.
Yeah, let me reboot real fast.
All right, buddy.
All right.
So anyway, I've been working on a lot of different projects. Been trying to get caught up on commissions because all the stuff going on for me has been. I've been just busy with personal life and vehicle issues and everything. So I think they're starting to go pretty good. So I'm working on some Death Knights and some Crisis Protocol and some other stuff. So
I'm back.
Hey, he's back, and he's not fuzzy.
Yeah, I just might have to do that a few times. I think tonight after the show, I'll just go ahead and disconnect my Wi-Fi and
Reboot the whole thing.
clear my cache, because I know when I redo that, sometimes we get better reception, because I do a lot of downloading of documents and videos, and I do a lot of uploading of videos, so it just clogs mine.
Sometimes it's just good to reset. So
yeah, I can't wait. 31st is coming, buddy, of December. We get to reset our minds. Are you gonna set any goals for 2025? Do you have anything in mind, painting wise, hobby wise? I know personally you probably have a laundry list of goals. Like just making another year is probably the top one.
I have nothing.
You have nothing.
I have so much going on right now in the here and now that I'm not even 2 hours from now. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing. I usually actually, though, what I find is the week between Christmas and New Year is when I do most of my reflecting.
Sure.
And looking at the coming year, and I'll probably have something as we get closer to that. But right now, I've got so much stuff going on that the only thing I think about in the future right now is who the Ravens play this weekend.
That's all that's on your mind is who the Ravens.
Because that's when I can actually just watch a football game, kind of unwind, and sit here and paint and do some stuff.
Joe said he fell short this year. Next year's goal is 365 pieces. That's actually a really good goal. Like if you think about it, it's a model a day. Like if you sit down and you can get a model a day done. That was 365 would be a significant size army if you were in 40K. Now, I guess the question, Joe, do you get more models if you paint something bigger like a tank? Like, does that count as like 4 models, or does that still count as one piece?
I'm going to quote Gimli. Still only counts as one.
It still only counts as one. Have you been watching Zorpazorp? Do you watch? Huh?
What?
Do you watch? Have you been watching Zorpazorp's YouTube channel?
Not have I. I haven't been watching it, nor can I pronounce it.
He's doing Helm's Deep.
Right.
He's building an actual one piece. All right, Joe. So he went to Weta's workshop, and he got they took some files and that they had 3D, and he's printed I think Warhammer or Lord of the Rings is more true scale to 25 mil than it is. So it's basically a 25 mil version of Helm's Deep, and it's massive and it's huge. And he's just doing this epic scenery build because his goal is to build he wants to build basically the world of Lord of the Rings. Tables for each one of the different sections and their epic size. Like he's building the actual castles and stuff. It's actually quite impressive.
That's something else I've actually kind of cut back on pretty dramatically. Is I don't do a lot with social media right now.
Oh, he's on YouTube. I don't know if you consider YouTube social media.
The only thing I watch on YouTube right now is War Games Live and Bill Paint Play.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I just don't like anything right now.
Well, yeah, you got a lot going on.
As a matter of fact, I actually have to watch a movie today because my daughter wants me to watch it to see if how scary it is.
What movie?
Alien Romulus.
Really?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be scary?
Well, it's basically patterned after the first film.
Okay.
The first Alien film was a sci-fi horror movie.
Yes.
and my son-in-law works second shift, so he's gone from like 4 till like 1 in the morning.
Got it.
And she's gonna watch it in the evening, and she's there by herself, and she's pregnant, so her hormones and emotions are high, and she doesn't want any surprises. So.
Got it.
So she's having a friend over to watch it, and I'm just gonna watch it to give her a little bit of a preview on what she can expect, so she's not,
Got it.
overwhelmed.
Joe also mentioned painting a mailbox also counts as one.
He's absolutely correct.
It's still a good goal, Joe. I appreciate and admire the goal of painting a model a day. I think that's cool. And then speaking of watching, did you guys watch Penguin? I have not watched Penguin.
I have no desire to see Penguin.
Okay.
No motivation whatsoever. Even before all my flood of stuff occupying my brain, I just had no desire to watch it.
Just not in.
I eventually will probably swing back around to it, but right now it's kind of like the new Joker films.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of those either.
Yeah, I've been watching Yellowstone. That came back out.
I have not watched that either.
Yeah, bless it. That stupid thing came up again. I'm
sure. We'll just have to live with it.
Yeah. I've been watching Yellowstone. It's the last one, I guess.
The last season, yeah.
Well, they killed off. I don't know if this is a spoiler. They killed off the main actor, John Dutton.
Did they?
Yeah, killed him off first scene.
That's Costner?
Yeah, Costner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who shot JR kind of stuff?
No, he shot himself. Supposedly he shot himself. It's a setup. It was surprisingly good. No superhero at all. Oh, cool. Kind of just a gangster movie then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started watching that. It's our Sunday night thing. Gritty crime drama. Even Kim. Okay. But yeah, I haven't really, like, I'm sure I've watched a bunch of stuff, but nothing's like standing out like, oh my God, you know me, when I see a movie that I think is great, I'll like, just out of stuff. Nothing's really stood out to me a whole lot lately.
The only thing new that I watch on a regular basis is I'm watching the new season of Lioness, which I really enjoy. And then I watched Billy Bob Thornton's new show called Landman.
Yeah, that came on after Yellowstone one night.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. But that's about as new as it gets. Morning, Tim.
Good morning, Tim.
Yeah, that's about as new as it gets. 9 times out of 10, I've got something that I can listen to that I know what's going on. Yeah, I enjoyed Tulsa. I watched Tulsa King as well. Tulsa King's good. I like the second season, but it's usually on any reel I watch. I'm in here painting while I have that on, so
you're just watching the game.
I usually watch something while I'm painting that I've already seen, so I can follow along what I'm hearing, but I don't have to actually stare at it the whole time.
Yeah, that's always good. I was watching yesterday. I went. Halloween, we kind of missed Halloween. I don't think we really talked a whole lot during Halloween.
How was your Halloween, by the way? How was your anniversary?
The anniversary was good. We went to a nice restaurant called Firebirds, and I had an aged ribeye steak.
Ooh.
And it tastes like a steak. The aging didn't really add a whole lot to the experience of the steak, but It was nice to say I've tried it. I'm always willing to try something new.
Was it at least a good steak?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh yeah, fell apart steak. So yeah, we did Halloween. We went over there and hung out there, and believe it or not, then we went to Costco because the Firebirds and Surprise is in the Costco parking lot.
Right.
And we left the restaurant. We looked across the Costco parking lot, and there was like 4 cars, and we're like, "Oh, I wonder if Costco closed early." And we were just kind of like morbidly curious. We drove by and their doors were open. We're like, they're still open. We're like, we've never been to Costco where you could actually walk around and not be bombarded with other people. So we literally went to Costco and did some shopping, and it was fun because there's like nobody in the Costco.
Yeah, usually they're pretty packed.
Yeah, so we're like walking around like we had this bewildered look on our face, and one of the employees was there and goes, "Ah, you found the perfect time to go shopping at Costco, did you?" Like he knew exactly why we looked the way we looked and our excitement level. He's like, you figured out when to go to Costco. Yeah, right before we close is the best time to go to Costco. And I was just like, because like usually you go and Andy and I normally leave Costco angry because people are just oblivious to the fact that they're not the only people in the world. And they like leave their shopping carts not just parked in the aisle, they have to turn them sideways and park them in the aisle, or they just stop and just stare blankly at something. And it's just like, you realize there's other people around you, right? Like, move out of the fucking way. Excuse my language, but that's Costco for you. So yeah, that was our. But one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to watch some Halloween movies, like Friday the 13th and Halloween and just certain movies. And one of the movies I wanted to watch was Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I have streaming. Let's go watch Dawn of the Dead because it's a good movie. It's not a Halloween necessarily movie, but it's got jump scares.
Got, zombies in it.
Yeah, and it's got like jump scare, like something jumps out and you go, oh, even though you've seen it 100 times, you still forget about it. I had to rent it. And I'm like, why do I have to rent this movie? Like, I thought streaming was supposed to make our lives better and save us money, and everything's at our fingertips. And we've had this conversation before. This is not a new conversation for us. $2.99 to rent it. I'm like, I ain't paying $2.99 to rent that movie.
You sound more and more like a bitter old man sitting on his porch screaming, "Get off my lawn!"
Well, get off my rock, but yes, get off my lawn. So I just went. I bought the movie. I got the director's cut.
So you're looking at the color, the remake, not the original.
Yeah, the remake, the one that came out probably, what was that, 2000-ish in the mall.
Yeah, we're talking. Okay, yeah, I'm talking. My personal favorite. There's two there. My personal favorite is like the black and white.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah.
And then Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead is good too
because the zombies talk. They only say send more brains, but they talk.
Hey, as long as they talk. Yeah, so it was, but that I wanted to watch the newer version.
Sure.
Because I like some of the actors that are in it, and it's just, it's just, I don't know, it's at a mall. I like the whole idea of like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would love to go to the mall and just live in the mall, and it would just be fun. If malls still existed. So anyway.
So now we know if there is an apocalypse and we're looking for Mike, we just go to the closest mall and you'll be holed up, in like the Bass Pro Shop or something. You'll be in there.
Exactly. Right. Just go look for me there. So yeah, they wanted to rent it to me for $2. I was able to go to Zia Records, find like a director's cut with director's commentary for $5.99. And now I have the physical CD disc in my hand that I can just watch whenever and not have to deal with.
So you were so angry, you went back in time and bought a DVD.
I went back and bought a DVD.
Why didn't you just go all the way and go back and just get a VHS tape? I mean, if you're really going to go.
It was never put out on VHS.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it probably was.
I don't know.
I would bet it was.
Maybe. But I don't have a VHS. I have a DVD player and Blu-ray player. So I don't know. It was an old man moment where I was just like, this is stupid. Streaming was supposed to make life.
No, absolutely. Well, that's one of the reasons I have a Vudu, which is now called Fandango account. If I want to see a movie that I can't find on streaming, I usually pick it up there, and that way I always have access to it. So.
How much is that a month, Fandango or whatever?
Nothing.
Oh, I mean,
it doesn't. It has free movies you can stream, but basically Vudu was started by Walmart. Remember when you used to you buy the Blu-ray or the DVD and they give you a free digital copy?
Yeah.
Well, Vudu was created for that, so you could actually go to Walmart, buy a Blu-ray or a DVD. Then you had a code, you could put it in, and you got it, and basically it would be on this Vudu site. You could watch it whenever you wanted because you now own the digital copy, and it just went from there. And then Fandango just recently bought them within the last 3 or 5 years, and I have a crap ton of movies on that I'll get the itch and I want to watch it. So you can rent them or you can buy them or you can watch. They have every month they have a huge selection of free movies you can watch. But it doesn't cost me anything every month. The only thing it costs me is if I actually decide to buy it or rent it.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Because I was looking on my streaming, I have HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when it was Halloween season, they pulled a lot of their stuff off of the free sites
Right, of course they do, because
everybody at that time wants to. So it wasn't on Max, it wasn't on Prime, it wasn't on Netflix, it wasn't on Tubi, it wasn't on any of the streaming sites that I have, Paramount, right. Peacock, none of that stuff. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. Like, this should be like Halloween and horror movies should be just flooded on the streaming.
You're talking about the one with Ving Rhames from 2004, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just checking something out here.
So, but it's a good movie. I like it. So that's why I want it.
It's a very good movie.
And we've talked about this before, going back and buying actual physical media versus buying versus the streaming because of them editing digital versions and streaming versions of movies.
Well, here's where you can stream it.
Where's that?
Stars, Hulu, Sling, Amazon Prime, YouTube. Those are the ones where you can stream it if you have an account.
I have accounts with those, but they were still charging. Like, you can stream it, but you still have to rent it from them. That's what it was when I was wanting to watch it. Because it was on Halloween. It was like that week. So, because I have SARS. And it was like $2.99 or something like that. It wasn't expensive. It was just a point. It was just...
So the line in the sand for you. Whoa, what happened?
What did I do?
My monitor just died.
Oh, no. Did you step on it again?
I think I kicked my cord. The line in the sand for you, for something like that, is $3.
That's the line in the sand.
Could have been $1.99. Would you have jumped on it?
Still wouldn't have done it.
Well,
if it was 50 cents, maybe 50 cents.
Morning. Hey, we have an international fan. We have my buddy Greg who's in.
Hey. Kind of like going to a Blockbuster store and renting movies. Yeah. There was a difference though back in the day because that's the only way you could get movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're now seeing is Mike's transition from Mike to grumpy old man.
Don't you notice the bathrobe that I'm wearing?
The show has actually turned into I didn't want to spend $3 and they made me mad.
Exactly. It's exactly what happened. Cheap bastard I am. Hey, I also had a window company and come out here and they wanted to charge me $6,400 to replace 2 of my windows.
That makes more sense to me than on your anniversary, which is on Halloween. You want to watch Dawn of the Dead, and $3 was your line in the sand.
I just took the wife out to steak dinner. Come on.
Right. So you could have not tipped the guy, and you'd have had the money to rent your movie.
Hey. Oh, the harassment on this channel. Why do I put up with
Why are they speaking the truth? I can't handle that.
Don't come at me with logic.
We all have moments like that, though. We do. We all have moments like that where to anyone else they're looking at you like what are you talking about? And quite I've been there myself. But there's that whole thing where you're like, I want to do this, and you're thinking, this movie is Halloween. This movie is really, really good, and all of a sudden you can't find it on all these places that advertise. We have over 1 billion movies you can watch. That one, however, is behind a paywall.
Yes, and
I understand the philosophical, details you're talking about.
You just don't agree with them.
No. It's not. This is an opportunity for me to poke fun at you. My personal agreement is really irrelevant.
But yeah, so talking about me being a cheap bastard. Thursday we had some guy come out to our house because new homes are not built with quality. But it's interesting. We nothing's built to last. And two of our
Well,
windows in our home are failing. So our bedroom windows, our master bedroom, those windows get opened all the time. In the summertime, we put in a portable AC unit, and we need to put in the exhaust ports because we want to keep the room nice and cold. And in the wintertime, like now, we just open them up because we want all that cold air in the house because Andy likes to be frozen and I like to be warm. And there's a conflict there. She wins. Uh, so we had this company come out. Like we were at a craft thing. I saw this company. Uh, yeah, you should be. And I bet your windows still work and they're still proper and they haven't failed yet. I've got like plastic windows in my house and like the mechanics on the mechanical pieces on the side are broken off and you can't really open the windows. They get stuck really, especially in the summertime because the plastic warps and it's all pulling away from the walls, like all kinds of things.
Well, you do live in an oven.
I do. I know.
All right.
Plastic in an oven usually has issues.
I agree.
So, metal windows don't have those issues. Metal windows stay solid. Plastic windows melt. So, anyways, so I go to this place. I'm like, hey, can you guys, how much for a window? Well, we have to send somebody out. You have to send somebody out to my house. I can't tell you the size of my window, and you can't give me an actual price. So they come out. I appreciate good salespeople. I love talking to salespeople because I am not their friend. Because I literally walk away from salespeople.
I'm a salesman. You and I talk just fine.
Well, you're not selling me anything.
That's true.
I like buying stuff because the price. Yeah, I gave you the key, Joe. You can unlock them. So if the price doesn't fit for me and the thing doesn't work for me, I just walk away. Like I'll walk away from a car dealer. I don't buy into this stuff. So this guy comes out to the house. I had to commit 60 to 90 minutes of my time. Upselling, yeah, no, they don't upselling. They just are expensive.
They did the old down sale to do you a favor.
Yeah, so they come out, they see my windows, they're like telling me all the negative things about plastic windows and how their product is so much superior. And their product it's probably a lot. All right, I'll come by and I'll fix that for you, Joe.
When did we become your rental office complaint line? When did we change that?
So they come out and they talk about how superior their product is, how it's made out of a hybrid of plastic and wood, and our glass is 3 millimeters thick, and da 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 da. So we're going through. I'm listening. We're making a rapport. He's talking about my dog, and he's talking about how he saw my bass guitar. He's like, "Oh, you play bass?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Oh, I used to play drums." And like all of the things salespeople do, like when they're trying to sell you a car or really expensive windows. And I'm just listening. I'm like, I just need a price. And then midway through the conversation, he's plugging stuff into the computer, his little tablet, and kind of flips it around, and I can see the price, $8,000 something. I'm like, two windows for $8,000 something. I'm like, I already had a price in my mind of what two windows should cost me. So again, listening to everything, like, don't get me wrong, the windows were cool. The top, like, these are double hung windows where you just open up the top straight up, probably like your windows where you live. Or do you have side ones? Your windows open to the side or up and down?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
They go up and down.
Okay. So single hung windows goes up and down. There's like the top piece can come down and they pop out. They have all the features, and they're like, oh, these are really cool windows. I kind of like them. So then he's like, don't worry about that price. We'll work a deal. We'll make this work for you. And so he continues, talks about the warranty. we give you a lifetime warranty on the installation of the windows. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But the windows aren't warranted for 20 years. I'm like, well, I'm confused. My windows are 20 years old and they're failing. So you're telling me your windows are the exact same as the windows that you told me are terrible. Plastic is wrong and they're terrible. And whoever's going to come replace them is going to replace them with the same crappy windows. And they're only going to last you, so long. I'm like, yeah, they're going to last me the same length of time that your windows are warranted for. If you're selling me the Cadillac of windows, why is your warranty only 4 years or 20 years? Like, why is your warranty not 100 years? Why is your warranty not lifetime warranty? Like, you're going to lifetime warranty the installation, which is stupid. Who gives a shit? If it don't work when you put them in, guess what? I don't care about your lifetime warranty on the installation. I don't think anything's your windows, crying out loud. Yeah, so it was just one of those things. So then gives me all the deals, all the discounts, comes down to $6,400. I'm like, oh, so that's the actual price of your windows. Because if you're offering me the discounted prices, like buy one get one 50% off, is the deal he gave me, the price deal structure he gave me. I'm like, so that's the actual price of your windows. $3,200 per window. And then he's like, yeah, but you don't have to put any money down. We're going to do, low financing, interest rate, all this stuff. I'm like, so now if I buy he tried to do this 15 years, $69 a month. It's $69 a month for 15 years at like 6.75 interest rate. I'm like, so basically now my windows are $12,000 windows by the time we're done paying your $69 a month for 15 years at 6.75% interest. I'm like, no thanks. Just leave. I'm done. You wasted 2 hours of my day when all I wanted was a price on replacing 2 windows. I'm just like, it was great salesmanship. The dude was a fantastic salesman. Like, very polite, very nice, no pressure sales, but I'm like, yeah, I have sticker shock with this price. I'm sorry. This isn't going to work for me. I just wanted 2 windows replaced.
All right. Now, I'm going to preface this with this statement, okay? When we're not on the air and you and I are solving the world's problems in our pre and post show conversations, okay, I am 100% going to commiserate with you. While we're on the air, while we're actually streaming, if I commiserate with you here, we become the balcony Muppet old man. Okay, so I can't jump on the bandwagon with you.
Not that good if you didn't get to say. Well, no, Greg. I'm just not
a good salesman. You would have walked out thinking he'd done you a deal, and he was such a nice guy, and that was awesome. But I get what you're saying. But it's just the world we live in, man.
Well, like when you talk about me not willing to spend $3.99 to buy to rent a movie that on my anniversary, what do you think that guy walked away with trying to sell me 2 windows for $6,000, man?
Well, you see, but you did answer your own question in that whole conversation. You did answer your own question about the 20-year warranty.
Yeah.
Because they gave you a 20-year warranty, and then they want to finance you for how long?
15 years.
So that
I know.
There's the whole thing. I measure at my age now. I measure a warranty like this. Am I going to be alive when this warranty runs out? Probably not.
That's a good way to look at it. Maybe that's so. But it's funny though. Like, people probably don't pick up on those things. Where I'm just a little bit more aware of those things. Like, I know how old my house is. I know how old my existing windows are. You're not offering me, like, you're offering. I can replace them with the same windows I have for a fraction of the cost that you're charging me, and they're going to last probably just as long as what you're charging me for your Cadillac windows. So I don't know which one of us is which, so we'll figure that out. So I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was hilarious. I'm just like, all I wanted was a price on 2 windows.
On the level of salesman you got is you didn't get a very good one, because if a very good one walked in, he would have actually read his customer and known exactly how to approach you, and you probably would be waiting for your new windows to be installed.
I guess that's one way to look at it. Maybe I saw through certain aspects.
Well, that's actually the biggest mistake a lot of sales guys make. They make the same approach to every person, no matter who they are. And having been a salesman for the last I don't know how many years, you got to read the room. You got to realize who you're talking to. Yeah. And that's where you cross over from being a salesman to being a really good sales guy.
Well, maybe he just missed that mark where he did.
Probably did. How old was he?
Probably my age.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit younger. Probably maybe in his 40s.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot younger. For me anyway, it's a lot younger.
But it was just, I don't know. I was just like, man, maybe he didn't read the room. Maybe he should have noticed the old beat up.
No, I've seen
parking out in the driveway or out in the street. Like, yeah, this guy ain't gonna spend a whole lot of money. So, and being able to listen to what the customer. Yeah, I just wanted 2 windows replaced. He could have saved himself a hell of a lot of time ago. I can already tell you right now, those are going to be like $6,000. I would have said bye. So, because I had a price in my mind of like $2,500. Like that is where my threshold was for replacing the windows. Was
the world. Unfortunately, the world doesn't work that way anymore.
Well, now I have to do more research. I have to I have to have another company come out and probably go through the same sales pitch of how great their windows are. Listen to everything just to get a price on 2 windows and go, right. These are either, because obviously they're selling their brand, their patent, so far he's the only quote I've gotten. So now I've got to go to another. I'm going to have I don't know, another window company come out and just give me 2 windows. Like, how much is it? Just give me a price. So I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear it.
More later on the trials and tribulations of my windows.
In the future. Get at least 3. 6,000 sounds pretty high to me. Yeah, that's where my mind was. 6,000 was just like, really? For 2? Like, and yeah, my master bedroom has 5 windows in it. Imagine if I had to replace them all. Like, yeah. Anyways, should we move on? Old man Mike here.
Like I told you, I understand what you're talking about, and I get it completely. I'm not going to bring up my issue because again, even though Joe thinks we're there, which by the way, I'm getting ready to ban Joe from the chat.
We are the 2 old guys, and I want to be Walter though. I want to be Walter from Jeff Dunham.
Buddy.
Yeah.
What do you mean you want to? At times we're both already there.
Should we look at pictures?
We can, but it's going to cost you $2.99.
I'm out. While you flip over, I'm going to restart my computer so I can get rid of the glitchiness.
Well, you better hurry because I'm almost there.
Well, I'm just going to wait because this way nobody misses me.
Oh, there you go. Boom! Oh, he's back. He's gone. Look, Amos did some pretty mechs. Some pretty Battletech stuff. Man, those are bright neon green. Woo.
And I'm back. Look at those.
He's back.
These are
Amos did these.
Amos's, yeah.
Yeah, Amos did these for Battletech. Very, very cool look.
I love it. Bright and shiny.
Yeah, they look really nice. They look good.
Look at his. Is it just me? Go back. The mat on the right in front of him. There's like this triangle looking thing. Like, what's going on? Is that, you think that's just the material?
Oh, this kind of a wave here.
Yeah, look at that.
That's just the pattern in the material.
It looks cool. It just adds to the photo.
It's the weave of what the neoprene that they use on the cover.
Just adds to the photo.
Yeah. No, I kind of like it. Looks good.
Yeah.
Really good stuff there. I think that's a commission. A thing he did for a friend of his.
Cool.
And then Bandai. David's gone nuts with Bandai.
Yeah, I guess he went to Andy's Hobby headquarters grand opening, or Andy was having a sale to clear.
It was a big sale.
Yeah, I think there was a sale. I think he did both.
Yeah.
but
I didn't show any pictures. He had some pictures of the actual shelf and whatnot, but I didn't show you. I'm not showing any of those. But he has dived into Bandai.
Yeah, Bandai's fun. Like Bandai's are just fun to snap together, and they're just neat kids. I like them. I'm just I don't like some of the like fantasy sci-fi design of some, or the Asian inspired, like
Well,
some of the,
it's definitely got. Well, they're not inspired. They're basically anime. They're definitely anime kids.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's hit or miss. Some of them look really good for me. Others are like, yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, some don't work for me.
Yeah. So
But they're still nice. I love some of the bigger ones. They're just detailed. Like
the thing that all of them do, the Bandai makes a fantastic model kit.
Yeah.
Regardless whether I liked what the actual kits represent, their model kits are just beautiful.
Yeah. So, and they do some pretty cool stuff. And here he is building.
Here he is doing some painting.
Yeah, got to build. You got to paint the little pilot. Got to paint the pilot.
Getting us some scale there.
It's itty bitty.
It's just tiny.
Probably put that in one of my Hot Wheel cars.
Woo!
And there you go.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Love it. Using his thumb as a palette. Gotta love that. So we can tell based on the photo and based on where the paint is, David paints right-handed.
Yeah.
And we can tell
that part of my thumb, and I use my fingernail a lot.
Yeah.
For that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Love it.
And Joe's painting up some Halo, which
Halo.
This new Halo game looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's starting to take take people by storm.
Yeah.
Saw it at Gen Con. They were doing a sale. I don't know if it was a smaller starter kit. They were selling something at Gen Con. I didn't pick it up.
Right.
But it looked neat.
Joe, I really like these. The bases are completely done. They look really good.
Yes, look at that.
These take me back to the days he was doing his Cowboy Space Marines.
Yeah, what were those? The Iron Rangers.
Iron Rangers, yeah.
Iron Rangers. I love that. We sold out twice. So the shop sold out twice of the game. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it seems to be going pretty well. It's a popular video game.
Well, sometimes a good IP will help sell a game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I remember when Halo came out with the spaceship game, just their
right.
tabletop game, which I still have all my stuff for that. That was a fun game. It just never took off for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, again, I always go back to my how many adversaries are there. You have a lot of variety in your what you can and can't do. That makes the game. It gives the game a little bit more life.
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah,
but it was also put out by Spartan Games, I think.
Right.
And a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people like the game mechanics of that.
That could be true too.
So got a lot of fistful of dice. Big games.
These look really good, Joe.
Yeah, I'm digging them. Now I'm assuming this is a skirmish level game. It's not a big mass combat game.
Skirmish level game. I don't think there's more than 2 factions, Greg. I don't. Again, I'm like you. I don't know that much about Halo, but I think it's what I do know. I think it's just 2 factions.
It'll be interesting to see if they pull out all the is it called a warthog? Their buggy.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, because some of this stuff might be conversion bait for other things.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at that. I'm getting Starship Trooper vibes. My fave. Piece of train. 5 planned. So Joe's saying there's 5 planned to come out.
That'll be good then. I mean, that's the thing. That, quite frankly, in my opinion, the more factions you have that are playable, the longer the game will have.
Yeah. Well, it gives people those options of play style.
I like these a lot too, Joe.
Look at that.
Really good.
Loot crates. Loot crates. Look at that. Are these Joe or are these somebody else?
Joe.
Joe, are these yours?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Woghog, perhaps.
I was doing it at an ungodly hour, so I could have made a mistake and could have just made an assumption.
Well, normally Joe does his background. That's why I asked. Normally he doesn't do it as his desk. So
maybe these aren't you. Maybe I made a mistake.
That's the only thing that stood out to me.
Well, now I got to find out.
Orky. Yes, those are Joe's. Okay.
I did make a mistake. Yeah, they look good.
All right. Normally, you just do your background. That's what just made me go, huh? Very cool. Oh boy, we went to a Z28.
Yeah, Mark is continuing his work on his model project. I love that how smooth that is.
Yeah, nice metallic work.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. I don't recall. I don't think the hood opens on this, or is he just got?
I don't know if it does or not.
Because some, I think it does.
It looks like it probably does. Most car models do, but
well, because he put a lot of work on his engine.
Yeah,
very nice. Look how thin those bars are to hold up the where the front windshield goes in.
Yep.
This looks so thin.
Yep.
Look at that.
Good stuff.
Oh. Very nice. Oh,
I'm not sure who this is. He's listed on our Discord as Palladion.
Got me.
But I'm not sure who this is.
Very nice, though. Very nice.
Looks very good.
That fading of the black with the white or the gray just looks fantastic.
Nope, really nice.
Wonder if that's all airbrushed.
Don't know.
That blue and the sword, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Nice stuff. Here we go.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. So
I think these are Steve's.
Yeah, these are Steve-O's.
Yeah.
Edge highlighting for anybody that really loves edge highlighting. Here you go. These models are perfect for it. Red blue faction.
If you want to go watch Red versus Blue.
Painted like red versus blue. It is interesting. It'll be fun to see how the game plays out. How they grow it and what they do with it.
Well, it's definitely the interesting part is going to see how many people make the crossover from the video game to the miniature game, or are they just Halo players that already play miniature games of some kind?
Correct.
That's always the interesting thing for me.
To see if it really branched, like the Lord of the Rings stuff. Look, some people maybe came into the Lord of the Rings game from the movies, but not the waves of people.
Yeah, well, what we discovered at Workshop, we initially thought when we launched the Lord of the Rings miniature game that we'd have a lot of crossover between Lord of the Rings and fantasy. Meaning they'd pick up Lord of the Rings and then start playing fantasy, and that didn't really happen. We created a whole new customer base.
Yeah.
And it was a decent customer base. It wasn't bad, but there was no real crossover. So that let us know that the miniature gamers that played Lord of the Rings, it was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Joe, maybe when my life frees up some time, I might have some opportunities to go down and get a demo.
There are some things Tim's been working on.
Looks like he's doing War Master. Dwarfs.
Dwarvies.
Very cool. Very
the anvil.
Yes. The copters. Not orc copters though. I don't know how that cannon's going to work with like a wood container. You think the whole thing would blow up?
Always been that way though.
I know. You think the whole thing would just blow up. Very cool.
And he's working on some bolt action stuff.
Yeah. Looks like Sherman there. Yeah, I guess bolt action 3 rules finally dropped and people are playing it.
Yeah.
Similar to bolt action 2, just I guess they cleaned up some rules or something like that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where they go with Conflict 47 now that they own it completely.
I'm more interested in Conflict 47 because it just kind of scratches that itch for me.
I lost my monitor again. Luckily, I still can see the screen on the other one, but
I lost my internet again. So look at
I've got some kind of. I got to get a new HDMI cable for my computer monitor. Really good looking, Tim. Looks really nice.
Yeah. Tanks are fun. It's Thanksgiving.
We're definitely headed that way.
Oh, who did this? Sisters of Silence.
Sisters of Silence, some project I just finished up.
Very nice. I like the sisters. Very nice models. Oh, you did. Oh, big group shot.
Yeah.
You got 4. Is that 4 units? Or is it big units?
It's basically 30 models total.
Okay.
So there's 4 units of 5 and then 1 unit of 10.
Okay. Just the way you kind of spread them out on the table, it looks like they're all kind of clustered.
There's a squad here, a squad here, a squad here, a squad here, and then this is a 10-man.
Got it. And then you got
10-person squad.
One person. Now, yeah. I wonder what that is point wise on the table.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Sisters, like I don't know their point values.
I just paint them.
They never really did anything with the sisters, did they? Like they've never really expanded that. Yeah.
They're a support for custodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's their thing.
But they never really went further with like special equipment for them. I think they're
not really no. They're I think pretty much hand-to-hand flamers or bolt guns.
Yeah.
And then some of the characters I finished up.
Ah, love them. Very cool. That's actually a really nice model. I like that.
Eisenhorn.
Old school. Is that a metal or is that a resin or what is that?
That's a fine cast.
Fine cast? Okay.
Both of these are fine cast.
It's very kind of reminiscent of the old models.
Yeah, well, she's actually a Chaos Dwarf. Her hat's so bloody big. More pictures of my work in progress.
Look at that. Almost looks like you're building it, like that white. It's so bright. It looks like plastic card, like you're building the model. So
we're getting there slowly.
Yeah.
I always sand off all these so they're smooth. And my wolf spear on the storm wolf that I have, I put runes on each one of these, which I'm going to duplicate here so they look like they're all part of the same army.
Very cool. I love it. It's looking good, man. Now this is the hover tank, right?
This is the repulsor, yeah.
Yeah, repulsor.
I have a repulsor and an executioner that I'm building for my wolf spear. So, but I did these last month because we haven't been on it so long that they're currently here. I think that is it. Yep. Very
cool.
All right, I have to get my monitor fixed so I can switch back. Can you switch me back? I don't know if we can or not.
Yeah, but you're blacked out now.
Yeah, let me get my monitor sorted out.
While Jeff is trying to plug his monitor back in, I have actually been painting rats. I think I mentioned it on the show. Michaels is selling. It's basically Michaels is now selling Reaper miniatures, but they're not Reaper miniatures. They have their own name to them. But I found some packs of nothing but rats, and I needed rats for Warhammer Quest. So on my desk right now, I have 18 rats. Painting them up and just having some fun with them. Simple paint jobs, nothing to get excited about. But I will get them done this week and get photos up on Discord for them. I might name them all. I'll name each and every one of them.
Each one of the rats.
Each one of the rats. But they're actually really good models. There's some molding issues here and there. But what is the? There's called Fantasy World Miniatures.
Right.
That's what Michaels is selling now. But it's just Reaper models. They're just There's either someone mentioned that's their original name, wasn't it? I think it was on the show though.
Yeah, there's another brand. Some companies actually market they have a different name for their mass market product versus the regular product.
Right.
It's kind of weird. So.
Yeah, so it's now I found them they're not at all Michaels yet, so and they are more expensive. You can just go to the game store and get them cheaper, because they're being sold at a big chain store, and obviously markup's different. But the rats were there. I picked them up. My wife had like a 20% off everything you buy thing. So I got
Right.
rats. My desk has got rats all over it. So, but they're cool.
Cool. Rats are
That's what I've been slowly chipping away at, working on them every morning. So having fun with it. So next week is Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Did you still want to stream the Saturday? We should, I don't have nothing going this Saturday.
I have no problem streaming next Saturday.
Well, you may have problems, but they'll be different from.
Well, yeah. My life is just so busy and kind of cluttered right now with a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I should be okay.
All right, good. Well, we'll talk during the week, but we'll probably be back next week for sure. Talk a little bit. I Black Friday sales, like but I'm not seeing anything exciting going. Like
no, nothing huge.
Nothing that I'm excited about. Maybe other people have something they're looking at, but I don't know. Joe maybe can comment on that. Is Darren doing the gift card things like he normally does again?
I haven't talked to Darren in quite a bit either. So,
but like the envelopes, where like if you go in and buy something, I don't know if Joe, can you comment on that so that we can promote that for anybody locally watching? If Darren, I haven't heard anything on the Facebook page or anything like that, but usually he does like you get.
He is doing it again.
Oh, envelopes, yes. Okay, so yeah, when you go in and you spend so much, you get an envelope, and then you open it on a certain day, and then
it's kind of random discount.
Yeah, random discounts and stuff like that. So it's just a cool little. It's like a Black Friday sale, but it's a little different. It's like random discounts versus like discounting product line type stuff. So it's a cool thing to do. So
it's worked pretty well for him.
If you're local, check it out because there'll be some will have gift cards. It's like a lottery, I guess.
Yeah.
Because some will actually have gift cards, if I'm not mistaken. Like gift certificates and things like that. So
a lot of different things in there.
Yeah. But outside of that, I'm not really set up to paint, so.
Yeah, me neither. Well, that's the thing. I'm going to be after the show today. I'm going to be here like for the next 12 hours. So I didn't bother bringing my camera down. So.
Are you doing commission work or are you doing personal?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get caught up on all my commission stuff because I just with all the stuff going on with the truck and everything else, my time has been. So I mean, I got through one set of problems that were family issues. Now I'm dealing with mechanical issues with this truck.
Okay.
Like I spent 2 days underneath it replacing the starter. So,
ouch.
It's not fun.
No. Well, I'm assuming you're correct, Mike. Up to 100 in store credit. Very cool. I'm assuming you're starting to see cold weather because we are out here. So
it just started getting cold. It was actually fairly nice luckily when I was working on when we were putting a starter in the truck, it was actually around in the mid 60s. But like this morning when I got up, it was like 38 degrees.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't care if it gets cold. I just want to see some damn snow.
It's called television. And you turn on any Hallmark show right now, and it's got snow. Already pretty
cold where you are, Greg. Where are you at? Sweden?
Yeah, isn't it like? Well, Sweden, I don't think is always cloudy, but like the UK,
not cloudy, snowy.
Oh, snowy and snowy. Well, and Sweden. Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, not really. Yeah, Stockholm, Sweden.
By the way, Greg, some of those pics for your travels around Stockholm have been absolutely gorgeous, man. So,
yeah, what a trip.
You got to be having a good time over there.
Well, gotta love it. How long is he there for? Like a year?
Yeah, he's there for a year.
And then he comes back. Can't go wrong with that. All right. Well, you want to jump out?
Whenever you're ready, buddy.
Yeah. All right, guys.
It is a beautiful city. Unless you have, something else that you want to, discuss.
Complain about.
Okay. Let me just clarify for everybody. My goal on this show has always been to derail Mike. I get everything he talked about today, and we were talking before the show. It was completely, but I just can't. I gotta disrupt Mike.
See, but when we used to do this in person, it was really easy because all you had to do was roll a dice in front of me, and I was gone for the next 15 minutes.
Yes, you were gone. So.
I was just like, and when you pulled out the, you remember the old Goblin rubber dice that GW put out? I was just gone for the rest of the show. I
Yeah,
could not stop playing with those dice.
You could, and the reason this all started was Mike used to show up with a script, and on what we were going to talk about for the day. And the minute I saw that, I gotta do what I can to bump Mike off his script. So that's why I just didn't want to jump in on the because like I said, I agree with everything you're saying, but I've got to take an opposite stance because it's fun. And believe me, I fully expect it. If it goes the other way around, and I'm having a rant, I fully expect Mike to go, yeah, but
no, it's all part of it. Now I don't have a script. Wait, we just shoot off.
We just kind of wing it.
Like sometimes we may have some like general ideas of maybe something we want to talk about, like maybe like a new product is coming out, or like you may want to talk about something specific. Like we kind of have that stuff, but it's like so loosely done.
You did, however, today, I don't think you realized the contribution you made to the show today.
Oh, what's that?
You've actually given us a show rating system in today's rants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, today's show will be rated.
Yeah, we're now rated
as a 2 F-bomb show.
Well, I was pretty passionate about everything I was talking about. So,
but see, there's always a silver lining. We now know how to rate our shows, and it's just not you, because you know how I'm worse than you are with that word. So we now have a way we can actually, when we post it, we can say this is a 2 F-bomb show. So our viewers can go, oh, because we do get quite a few views afterwards after we post it.
Yeah, I'll have to update this one. It has adult content. Well, I forget how many swear words you're allowed to use before you're like demonetized. Not that we're monetized, or that you're slapped with like a warning sticker.
I will have to say, having bought a used car has brought about the only time in our entire show history that I actually wished we were monetized.
Yeah, because that would help out quite a bit.
Oh my God! But I'm glad we're not, because we have fun. That's our show. If we don't want to be here, we don't come. We don't show up.
Yeah, like
I've seen a massive wave on YouTube of people talking about how their likes and their shares and their views are way down, so they're changing the format of the show. And I'm so glad we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, YouTube changed their monetization program and stuff like that. Everybody's like switching and talking about it. Even my YouTube channel that is monetized, I still haven't set up the account because I refuse to link my checking account, and the amount of money that YouTube owes me is not enough for me to get off my butt to go down to the bank and open up a new account just so that YouTube can transfer the money over. So
I actually do have an announcement to make.
Oh, what's that?
Tomorrow,
it's Sunday,
on Audible.
Oh,
the second Lee Leitner Space Wolf novel, Wolf's Honor, goes on pre-order.
Sweet.
Mine and Harry's second novel that we did back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Called Wolf's Honor, which will officially be the 6th book in the Ragnar series. Goes on pre-order, I believe, tomorrow. I'll put a link on our Discord when I can.
All right. I think you put a link in the Discord or a picture stating that it was going on Audible, but I don't think you did a release.
I did Sons of Fenris. I put the link.
Oh, was that Sons of Fenris?
Okay. And that's the first one. But I was looking at it, and David, I've got your 2 books signed, and I'm going to be shipping them to Harry probably Monday. So Harry's going to sign them and ship them, and I'm going to have him ship them from himself to you. So you will have both novels signed by both Harry and I.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's the big news for me, is the fact that my second novel that I thought would be long gone by now is on Audible, and the voice actor is fantastic. And I'm really excited about it.
Now, do you get any say in any of that? Like you're the author, but you sign over your rights to all that to
That's
GW.
all Black Library. The only thing I get is what I'm obligated that they're obligated to give me, which are the royalties.
Do you get royalties from the Audible?
Should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Twice a year. Yeah.
Well, you remember how back when COVID hit and a lot of movies never went to the box office and they went straight to streaming, and there was all those issues where people were like, "Hey, wait, I'm not getting paid royalties if it doesn't go to the movie theater." I didn't know if Audible fell into that kind of a weird.
I'm fairly certain that we will. If not, they made a big mistake in sending me the letter notifying that it was coming.
Yeah, it's like if you don't get anything, what's the point?
So I'm just excited because I have been a 40K nutter since 1988.
Yeah.
Do the math. I'm old. If the beard's not enough indication that I'm old, the fact that I've been playing 40K since I actually started playing in the fall of '87. Harry and I have actually contributed to the genre. And what I mean by that is we created a character in Wolf's Honor called Bullvi. And Bullvi has made appearances and had been mentioned in, I think I found 3 or 4 other Space Wolf novels that he is in.
Yeah. But you're also, it's keeping your legacy alive. Like how many people, just in general, just in life in general, actually can put their thumbprint on something that will outlive them, outside of children.
Well, the disappointing part for me about that is there's only really 3 people on the planet that I really want to know that they actually think that's cool. And it's my daughters.
Right, but that's your legacy.
And they could give a crap less. Oh, yeah, it's that nerdy stuff Dad did. Yeah.
Well, so
I'm a published author.
Yesterday, I had kind of not an emotional day, but yesterday. So when my mom passed away many years ago.
I'm so sorry.
Well, she passed away many years ago.
I know.
She had her china cabinet and it was full of her stuff. All of her, to her, the stuff was valuable. This was stuff my grandmother painted for her and shipped to the family when we moved to Arizona. This is presents that were given to her by the children. Like when we bought mom something, we bought her a little ceramic something, or it's 80s. Come on, that's what we did back then.
Right.
So she had her china cabinet. When she passed away, I boxed up all of her stuff from the china cabinet and I kept it. And I kept the china cabinet because my brothers were all like, well, we'll just put it all out for sale on the yard sale. I'm like, but that was her thing. That was her legacy as mom. That was the stuff that was important to her.
Right.
And having us just throw it out on a yard sale so someone could just throw it in the trash just didn't settle well with me. So I took it all.
I can understand that.
We had the china cabinet all set up the same way she had it set up in the house for many, many years. And then we broke it down because Andy redid the china cabinet because it was old. It was like, well, it lived through 4 boys.
that alone is a statement.
Yeah. So she
from a household of 3 boys.
Yeah, so she repainted it and then made it her Lego cabinet. So I boxed up all of her stuff and it sat in the closet for years in boxes.
Right.
Well, finally I broke it all. I'm like, hey, we're getting rid of some stuff. We got to clear stuff out. The stuff we finally need to make a decision on that. So I finally passed that crossroad to say I need to get rid of this stuff. So I went through all the stuff. We pulled out the few things that we really wanted to keep, especially for like there were certain Christmas pieces that my grandmother painted that I really wanted to keep because those were my memories. Like I remember my mom setting those up during the holiday season, blah, blah, blah. So I took everything. I was going to but where do you take this stuff? It has no, it probably has some selling value. I could probably sell it somehow, some way, shape or form, but I'm not going to go through that. So I was like, well, there's these like vintage stores in the area where you can take the stuff to. And I went to one of them. First one I walked into it and I'm like, this is about the same level as a Goodwill. Like I was not impressed. And I was like, let me go check the other one. I went to the other one. The store was really nice, really clean. Met the shop owner, chatted up a little bit, told him what was going on. I said, hey man, if you just want to take a look at it, and let me know, like, this isn't something you can sell. I'll just take it to Goodwill down the street and I'll drop it off at Goodwill because I know what's going to happen to it. And he's like, yeah, come drop it, come bring it in, show it to me. So I brought some boxes in, started showing. He was like, if this is what you have, I'll take it all because I can sell all this stuff. He was impressed by it. So I gave him all this stuff. I didn't want money for it. I just said, here you go. So the legacies, like, that's like, your book is your legacy, just like my mom's china cabinet was her legacy. That was her stuff. The books are your thing. So hopefully when, like, right now your daughters just see it as that geeky stuff.
Yeah, that'll change.
Hopefully that cabinet full of miniatures painted behind you will become part of their memories of you as time goes on, and that they'll actually, hey Jake, how are you, buddy?
Hey Jake.
Hopefully they'll have meaning to them down there.
I know it will for one of them.
There you go.
That much I do know.
There you go.
Anyway, and Jake, once again, has got perfect timing.
Right when we're going to leave the show.
Yeah, you'll see that what a lot of people don't realize is that, like, I even forgot this morning. When we do daylight savings time in the winter, when we fall back.
Oh yeah.
We start at 9 Eastern time, not 10.
Oh.
And I almost forgot this morning, and I'm sitting there going, well, I don't have to be that. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is November. It's 2-hour time difference between us and Arizona because Arizona does not recognize daylight savings time.
No, it's.
And I wish we didn't, because it gets dark at 4:30 here now.
But when you live in the oven,
yes,
it doesn't really matter. The sun's always up.
You've missed, Jake. You just did a 2 F-bomb show. That's our rating, is 2 F-bombs. Not for me.
Oh, don't call me out.
From that guy over there.
Yes, it was a 2 F-bomb show.
2 F-bomb show, and but we were talking about legacies. I was announcing that my second novel, mine and Harry's second novel, Wolf's Honor, goes on pre-order on Audible tomorrow. And Mike was explaining legacy, and that's why we got into the whole thing about the people passing and their legacy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So, and I think your children do appreciate the things that you do.
I think one of them do.
All of them do.
There's one. I think I have one daughter that actually likes me. They all love me. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
There's a difference between loving you and liking you.
I think only one of them actually likes Dad.
But your grandchildren love you to death.
They do. They do. Well, Kyla's transitioning from cute child to teenager. I picked her up from
cute
school.
Child to sassy child.
Yeah, well, she.
Talk to you later, Greg.
Greg, take care, buddy. She's transitioned to a full-fledged teenager. She turns 13 in February.
Uh-oh.
I picked her up from school yesterday, and I worked my rear end off to engage her in conversation, and I could not get her to look up from her phone.
That's easy. Slam on the brakes.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to do that. So, yeah, so there you go.
That happens, dude. They grow up kind of fast.
Yeah, real fast.
So enjoy them while you have them.
I'm excited because this year I'll have my fourth that will be here, I think, shortly after the first year.
I only know 2 of your grandchildren. I only know.
You probably know Arya and Zoe.
The grandchildren?
My 2 grandchildren. No, I got Dean, Eliza, and Kyla.
I know Kyla and Dean. I've never heard of
Eliza. Eliza is the one I always talk to about. She's the devil.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, she's the one. She's adorable. She's a sweetheart, and I love her to death. But the adorable part and the sweetheart part, she is fully aware of, and uses that to her advantage.
To manipulate the hell out of you.
And her dad. That's my hobby on holidays. Watching her rap Dad, who Josh is a very stoic, very serious guy. Doesn't say a lot of words, but when he does, you listen. And he's got a very I'm blah, 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 and then she comes in and she goes whoop, and he
melts, just melts.
She's the one. I think I've told this story before. She one day I was watching her, and she was being a little pain. And I had to go all the way back into the dad files of the, if you don't settle down, I may have to spank your bottom. She was being a little out of control.
That's serious.
And I've never spanked the children, those children. I barely spanked my own. And she was walking away from me when I said it, and she literally stopped, turned her head, looked at me over her shoulder, and she goes, "You can't spank me, Bop Bop." And I'm like, "Oh, really? And why is that?" And she just looks at me and doesn't hesitate, goes, "You can't spank me, Bop Bop, because I'm beautiful." And I just kind of went, "Yeah, you kind of got me there."
Yeah, you win. Checkmate.
Call my bluff.
Checkmate.
Yeah, there you go. So.
All right. Well, this has been a fun episode of What's New with Grumpy Old Mike and Joe.
we are becoming the old man in the balcony on the Muppet Show.
And I am perfectly okay with that. I am comfortable in my robe of oldness. And
I haven't noticed. I used to color my beard. I've kind of given up on that too. So.
Yeah, mine's all great too, man.
Well, I'm doing this because I may have to get a job as a mall Santa.
Oh no!
The only time of the year my bill actually comes in handy.
There you go. You just got to grow it out a little bit longer.
Yeah, between the white hair and just the overall Santa build, I'm set. I'm good.
But do you have the jolly personality to be Santa?
I can fake it long enough.
There you go. You have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, buddy.
We're gonna go ahead and jump out of here. We'll be back next weekend. We'll with more episodes of Grumpy Old Mike and Jeff, and we'll see what transpires over this week.
Yeah, just like becoming ? Thanks, buddy.
There you go. So, all right, we'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys.